I'm Kavya and welcome back to my YouTube channel. The video that I'm filming today is something that I've never filmed before for this channel, and it is going to be a tutorial on how I cut my hair at home. If you are not aware, I am a trained hairstylist and I do know how to cut hair the right way. So this isn't going to be a video of me assuming or giving this a try for the first time. I have done this before for clients and for myself during quarantine. I asked you guys if you all were still interested in seeing as to how I cut my hair, because lockdown is long over and salons are open in many countries, and you said yes, you still would want to see as to how I cut my hair and how you can cut your hair at home. So I'm going to try and go as in-depth as possible, and I'm going to try and keep it really simple without using any technical jargon. So here's to this makeover that I am working on myself today. And this is what my hair looks like right now. My last haircut was in June or July of 2020. It's been a good 5 to 6 months. It was really short at that time. It was here and it's grown pretty long in that time. I've not had any trim or any cut since then. It's really out of shape. Okay, you guys know I love to experiment with my hair, and I know a lot of you are going to be like, why are you doing this? You shouldn't have done this. You looked better before, and straight hair, long hair looks so nice. I'm not cutting my hair short, but I am very certain that I want to get like a fringe. I just feel like I need a little something to snap out of this. So my plan is to get a really nice asymmetrical, very wispy fringe done. Like, I want to keep it long and I want to just add very few layers in the front. Yeah, that is what I'm going to be aiming for. So as far as this tutorial is concerned, whether you are looking out to get really nice layers done to your hair at home, or you are opting for a fringe, either or, this tutorial is for you. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, then make sure you hit the subscribe button right away. Without wasting any further time, let's get straight to my master bathroom, because that's where we'll be getting our haircut. Hey guys, so I'm here all ready. So let me quickly show you the things that you will need to get your haircut started. First things first, you'd need a scissor. This of course is a professional pair of hair cutting scissors. You get them easily in the market. If you don't have a professional pair of scissors, and if you're just trying your hand for the first time, a good pair of scissors is still very important. So make sure you get something that is like really nice and handy. Make sure that you're not using those really big scissors that you use for like stitching and stuff. Like, don't use that, okay? Use like a nice handy pair of scissors. So next up, you'll need like a paddle brush to brush your hair. Any hairbrush that you use that works for you is good. Then you'll need like combs. You are going to need a comb which has bristles that are very close to each other, because this is what will help you take a neat section and get good grip over your hair. Next up is a spray bottle, okay, filled with water. Some hairstylists prefer dry cutting. I personally prefer cutting on wet hair because it gives me really good grip, it gives me good control, I can maneuver the hair really well. It's a personal preference, but if you are a beginner, then I'd highly recommend cutting on, if not very wet hair, at least like damp hair. It'll give you good grip, it'll help you get good control over the hair and the section. So yeah, a spray bottle should work. And finally, a bunch of claw clips. Again, I'm using this one. In a salon, we'd use like a proper, you know, a hair clip to, like, you know, section your hair, hold it in place, but this works just fine. So you want to keep like a bunch of these to keep your hair away when you are cutting. I have a cutting cape with me. This is again a personal preference. Like, ideally this would make your life much easier because the hair just, like, you know, doesn't stick to your clothes and stuff like that. But even if you don't have this, you can totally use like whatever you have handy and accessible at home. So yeah, this is everything that you need to get this haircut started. So yeah, I think I am all ready to get a makeover and get started. I'm gonna stop talking and switch to a voiceover so that I can do my job and concentrate on my hair and every section, and I'll make sure I explain it all to you with a voiceover. Without wasting any further time, let's get this started. So let's get started, and I am just going to go ahead, wear my cape, and then begin by spraying my hair with water. You can alternately also wash your hair and then start this haircut. And make sure you're getting rid of all the knots and tangles in your hair before you start with the haircut. It's very important. First things first, we are going to start with a neat middle partition, irrespective of the partition that you usually keep your hair in. A neat middle partition is what you need for a haircut. Next up, I'm going to take a section from my center partition to my ear like this on one hand side and repeat the same on the other side. Take your time to make sure that you're creating this really nice and neat sections, and the lines are really crisp because that is what will give you the accuracy before starting off your haircut. I'm just going to clip all my hair behind, and these two are the sections that we are going to be working with. Once you have your comb and your scissor handy, I will comb my hair forward like this and try to take a really nice middle section of hair, taking equal parts from either side, the left and right, and that is going to be the first section of hair that I am going to be working with when it comes to starting this haircut. Okay, so this section is what will give you your guiding line. And when you are working with hair, you want to make sure that your hair is really nice, wet. You want to make sure that you're combing your section out and you have a firm grip over it. So where you cut your hair is going to form the first layer that will frame your face and then take it down to the length of your hair. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're getting this right. I want the layer to be somewhere around my chin, so that is where I cut it. Now let's talk about the cutting technique. If you see, I have cut this with a point cutting kind of a technique, and I haven't cut it with a blunt, jagged, straight motion. This is what gives you that really nice wispy kind of layers, which is what I personally like. Okay, as you will see, I'm going to be following this style of cutting technique for most part of my haircut, and now I have taken another section, and soon you will see a guiding line that will be jutting out. Okay, that's the first section of hair that we cut. You want to slant it out and then take a really good section, a nice firm section, and cut it out in that slant motion. Again, we are not going to be cutting it bluntly. We're going to be doing this point cutting technique, and I know this might look a little complicated. Say if you are cutting your hair for the first time, you might find it overwhelming, but trust me, take small sections, take your time, and it's really not that hard. Okay, so yeah, you can already see how I have created this really beautiful long layers, and this section looks so soft already versus the other side, which I will show you in a bit. Now I'm going to work on with the last section. Again, you can see the guiding line right there. This is my length of hair. I am going to take my time and just cut off all of this. Now, this is obviously the most basic way of doing a self haircut. When I am doing this for clients, I usually don't adopt this exactly same technique. I might up my game a little bit. I promise this is just as effective. Now with any haircut, you want to go over the sections over and over to make sure that there's no stray ends that are jutting out, and I usually do this extreme point cutting on my hair to get that really wispy layered look like you can see. And look at the other side, like that is where we started and this is where we are at already. However, if you are cutting your hair for the very first time, avoid the extreme point cutting because it does need some experience. So now what I have done is taken my hair from the other side and using the side that we already cut as the guiding line, I am just matching them all up. You want to make sure that you measure it off, and then yeah, same technique. Just take thin sections of hair, use the point cutting technique, and like create this really nice neat lines. You want to make sure that you're seeing those nice neat lines after every section of hair that you are working with. There should be no jagged ends that are jutting out. And now I'm just gonna work with my back hair, which we haven't touched at all so far, and we are going to be doing like a basic trim. I want to get rid of like 1 inch of my hair, so what I'm going to do is take the complete section, hold it really taut. This is very important. You want to make sure that you have good grip over that section, and then right now I am going to be doing the
blunt cutting, okay? Like you can see, I'm not doing the point cutting in the first go. I am just doing it now to get rid of the extra weight, but you want to go blunt because that's how I like my back. I like it to look a little heavier. And then we move on to adding these connecting layers, for which I am taking a section of hair like this, and all I'm going to be doing is take my guiding line and just blend it with the length of my hair, which is the tip, like you know, the longest part of your hair. And there you go. So you are going to be adding like these connecting layers to your hair and give it a lot more movement, which doesn't is not there on the other side. Like you can see, you know, this side has more movement because of the few sections that you added like that. And same, exactly same on the other side. You want to make sure that you're holding the section well and cutting off an inch of hair. Of course, I am very used to this, so I'm doing this a little quicker, but you want to take your time, measure it out, make sure that every section meets on either sides and all the layers are exactly the same. If you are new to this, you might want to go over this a couple of more times, that's okay. And yeah, just take your sections of hair and add these long layers, especially at this part. So you know, this section is where your hair also falls in the front and also connects to the back. I hope I'm explaining myself well. So that is what I am working on right now, and just getting rid of all the jagged ends and creating this really nice clean lines. It's all about precision when it comes to a good haircut. So you know, take your time, that's okay. Take smaller sections, that's okay, but just try to be as precise as you can. Now this is what my back looks like. The cut was perfect, it's really nice and even from the back. And these are all the layers that we just created, which didn't exist earlier, which gives it a lot more volume and movement, which is exactly what I was looking for. So now that we are past the first stage and it looks nice-ish, I'm gonna go ahead and do the fine tuning, add some more layers as and where I feel necessary. Like at this point, after reviewing, I realized that I wanted to add some more layers and some more movement and just reduce the volume on the bottom half a little bit. So I'm going ahead and adding some more long layers. So you too can, you know, take your time, step back, review your hair, and if you want to go ahead and add some more volume and some more movement, take your time and do this. And like you will see in a couple of minutes, this will have added a lot more movement and dimension to my hair. Now what we're going to be doing is the final part, which is you want to take all your hair neatly like this, and chances are there will always be like some stray ends of hair that you might have missed, okay? So you want to make sure that you cut that, and look at this, like you should be able to create this beautiful clean line, which should happen if you have done all the steps correctly. There'll be just like, you know, a few strands here and there which will be jutting out. You want to get rid of that, and there you go. You will have your hair looking really nice. I've gone ahead and done that on both my sides, and I'm really happy with the volume and everything else. It looks so healthy, it looks so voluminous, and is so different from the flat straight hair that we started with. Now moving on to the fringe, we are going to be taking this triangle section right in the center, okay? Depending on how thick you want your fringe to be, the triangle will vary, but this is a good point to begin with. And with a fringe, you always want to work in small sections. You don't want to go all out and cut the complete hair. So I have taken this really nice thin straight section. Like you can see, again, precision is very important. Measure out where your fringe will be. I already showed you guys as to where I wanted it to be. I know I have measured it. I'm going to twist my hair around like this, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut my hair really slowly in a movement like this as per the measurement. You want to take it a little lower than where you want your hair to be, okay? Because your hair is going to dry up and it's going to bounce up by a half an inch or an inch depending on your hair texture. And there you go. You have your first guiding line that you are going to be working at. Take your time, wet your hair, go over the section, and make sure that you are really happy with your first guiding line. I usually like to cut it and point cut a little bit so that, you know, I create the wispy look. Of course, if you're going for the heavy bangs, that is not so important. So take your time, make sure you're happy with your first section, and then it's going to be a breeze, because all you're going to do is take thin sections, one step at a time, and then use your guiding line, which you will see below. Okay, I don't know if you can see right now, but you will be able to clearly see that, and you want to just blend it. Now, if you will notice, what I am doing is I am leaving my ends for now, because I just wanted to check if, I want to keep the ends long and do like a curtain bang kind of a look, or did I want to go all out? So, which is why it's great to work with, layers. You don't want to cut it out in one go. So I am taking my time, and for now I've kept this long. I just wanted to figure out if I wanted to go for this look or go all out and cut my bangs equal length. Okay, so just layering it up. This is my last section that I'm working with. Again, we are going with the point cutting technique in a way, and I'm just leaving the ends long for now. We will fine tune this later. I just wanted to see as to how it is looking and then go ahead and do the finishing touches. So this is what the hair looks like right now, and once I figured as to how it is looking, how it's sitting, this is how it would look if I did the curtain bang look. Okay, but I don't want to do that. I realized that I wanted to go all out and make it more even and like shorter. So eventually I will get rid of the length on the sides, and I hope you guys are ready for the final reveal. This is what my hair looked like. It was really long and straight and lacked some movement. And this is the new me. This is how the fringe turned out. We have kept the length. We didn't get rid of the length at all. And compared to before, I feel like this new look has so much more movement. It has so much more character. I love the fringe on me. It looks so nice with open hair, or even when I, tie my hair back, it looks so fresh. It looks so spring summer. I love it, and I hope you guys found this video useful and will share it with all your friends who you think might benefit with this video. And do let me know in the comments below if you found this helpful. If you've not yet subscribed to my channel, then really make me so happy if you could do so. If you're not following me on Instagram, then I will be sharing more hair updates there as to how this hair looks. Until the next video, bye.